I am about to clean and season my oxtail for dinner tomorrow. It is Saturday and I'm cleaning and see bless me, cleaning and seasoning for tomorrow. So I'm going to leave to the frost, then I seasoned. I have washed and cleaned my oxtail. Now I am going to season them. Okay, now I am going to season my oxtail. Yes, seasoning. I love when my meat is seasoned properly. Okay, so I am not using too much powder seasoning. This is my Nor's chicken bolognese. Yes, this is what I use as my all-purpose. So I'm going to put that on. Let me move this that you can see. Yeah. So that's my all-purpose. Let me just put them because I go. If you follow me long enough, you know I don't cook without my herbs. So this is my cilantro. Add in my cilantro. And as I said, I'm putting them back as I go. And the pepper or oxtail needs spice. So this is my dry red pepper. And this is my cayenne pepper. Yes, the oxtail needs spice. And here I have my basil. And as you can see, I don't use too much powder seasoning. And here I have my garlic powder. And here I have my homemade I have my homemade jerk seasoning. Yes, don't mind my clothes. I was Jesus, it's strong. I have my homemade jerk seasoning. I'm going in with 1 tablespoon. If you flash it off, I can't wait see. Can't get in a supermarket. This is my homemade jerk seasoning, and you know we have to have our browning. So this is my Grace browning. Yes, oxtail need browning. All right. Let me wash my hands because I am going all in. Yes, hands are clean, but remember just do the seasoning pans. So, and I am not wasting my jerk seasoning. So now I'm going to be rubbing in my seasoning in my oxtail. Yes, and I'm seasoning for dinner later on today, tomorrow, today. Yes, I'm seasoning. Rinse my hands again. Okay, now good exchange, no robbery. Alright. I have my brown seasoning here. Here I have my scallion. I have 2 stalks of scallion. Two stalks of scallion. And I'm going to wash them. Wait, I'm just going to wash everything. I have onion. Strip in my onion. And I have my garlic. And I'm using 2 pegs of garlic. Let me just wash them. Strip in my garlic. Just bear with me, let me strip the garlic. But I don't want it to drop on the floor, so I'm doing it over the sink. Why are you fighting me? Why is the garlic fighting me? Okay. Alright, so now I am going to be cutting. Cutting into small pieces. Don't mind me. I'm not trying to cut myself. I used the wrong knife. I saw what happened. Just bear with me, guys. This knife is too small. I chose the smallest knife. Okay, just bear with me. I'm only using half of this because it's just for seasoning. I'm going to add more when I'm cooking, so let me not waste it. And now the scallion. Okay. So now I'm going to be adding my ground seasoning too. And I'm going to be rubbing in. Oops. You know, yes. Ooh, pepper. Ah, pepper in my eye. Okay. Alright. Let me wash my hands. And now I'm going to be putting this where's my spatula? Because I am not wasting my nice seasoning. Wash my hands. Just rinse them. Okay, and now oops. My seasoned oxtail. I'm going to cover and I'm going to put it in the fridge and allow it to marinate. Alright, I am about to cook. I am about to make my authentic Jamaican oxtail. And here I have my oxtail. It has been seasoned in my fridge for 2 days. This smells so good. Come, let's. Here I have my Dutch pot. I am going to be pouring my oil in my Dutch pot and leave it to hot. It is small, so it takes time to come out. Alright, I'm going to leave that to hot. I love to fry garlic in my oil, so I'm going to crush the garlic and put it in the oil. My oil is hot and the garlic is burned. I'm going to be removing the garlic from the oil because I didn't really want the garlic. I just wanted to extract the flavor from the garlic. So let me remove the garlic from the oil and just rest it right here. So now I have it seasoned, so I'm going to be frying. First you have to brown your oxtail, so I'm going to be removing the scallion and the onions, removing the seasoning, then I'm adding them in the oil. Yes, I have to remove the seasoning. So I just want to brown them. So I'm going to allow them to brown, then I come back, I'm going to wash mine. Okay, meanwhile I am waiting on my oxtail to brown. I am going ahead and doing my rice. Yes. So I'm washing my rice. You see why you have to wash your rice? You see how white that is? Yes, that is starch. You have to wash your rice. Some people don't wash their rice. You have to wash your rice. Rice is dirty. You have to wash your rice. See that? The second wash on it is still white. Okay, so I'm going to give it another wash. Okay, I don't want my oxtail to burn, so I'm going to be flipping them. I flip them so they are browning. Yeah, pretty. I am going to be seasoning my rice. Can you see? I hope you can see. I'm going to be seasoning my rice. Here I have, sorry, 2.5 cups of water. I will bring it closer. I have bay leaf. I have my onion, scallion, and the thyme. This is for my rice. Don't fall. I have some butter for my rice. I use my herb. So I have some cilantro in my rice. Yes, I season my rice. And I have some basil. And I don't cook with salt. So I am using some adobo to season my rice. Light my stove. Give this a little stir. Yes, I am seasoning my rice. So this is my rice water with my seasoning. And now I am going to add my rice. Oops, don't mess up my stove. I mean, say nothing now, waste nothing, and that's why so I scrape out every grain. Yes, I not waste that. Alright, and I'm going to give this a little stir. Yes, my rice is mostly going to steam than cook, so don't worry about the water. I'm going to steam my rice. So I give it a little stir to incorporate the seasoning. Don't worry about the butter will melt. Okay, now I'm going to catch the cover and allow it. Let me remove the rice from my stove. Catch the cover and allow it to cook. Now I'm getting back to the oxtail. Okay. So now I am going to be removing the oxtail. They're brown nicely. Removing them. And then I'm going to be adding the rest to the oil. And remember, remove the seasoning because we don't want to burn the seasoning. Okay. Let me wash my hands. While I am waiting on my rice and my meat, I'm going to be washing these that I'm using. This is my thorax. I can't do my dishes without my thorax. So I'm going to go ahead and wash. So the oxtail, I'm flipping these. Then I'm checking on my rice. Yes, I'm checking on the rice. You can see coming on nicely. So I stir a bit because I don't want the rice to plunk in the bottom of the pot. So I stir a bit. Then now I'm going to cover fully. So now it starts steaming. While I am waiting on the meat, I am going to be peeling my vegetables. I know something was wrong with you. See? That's why it's giving me trouble. I'm still using you. Alright, I will get this out in a minute. Let me get the rest of the oxtail. And let me turn off the stove for now. Where are you going? Potato is not too wonderful, but we're cooking, right? You cooking your oxtail different from mine, it doesn't mean that you're right and I'm wrong. Okay? I love my seasoning. I love my seasoning. Oh, sorry. Yes, I love my seasoning. I have to season my meat. Okay, so I'm cutting. Why am I always using this small knife? It is my favorite knife and it's the smallest one. And it's always giving me problem. And I'm still using it. Alright, so I'm cutting up my seasoning. Yes, this is how much I am afraid of these knives. My fingers are hiding. Okay, now this part I'm not cutting the video. I'm going to throw off the heavy oil because I am using the same pot to cook my oxtail. And mind you, that is the seasoning from my oxtail, so I'm not throwing that away. If you didn't know, that is the seasoning from my meat. So I'm not throwing that away. So I will start my stove. This I'm going to need a little bit of oil. So I'm putting back just a little bit of oil in the pot. Just a little bit. Rest that there. Let me turn so you can see. Okay, now Now I am going, see how pretty my oxtails are? Now I'm going to be packing them back in the pot. Okay, now I'm packing the oxtail back in the pot because we're ready to cook. And they are brown nicely. They're brown nicely. So this is the seasoning that was seasoned with the meat 2 days ago. So that goes in. Yes, I can't throw that away because that is all of my marinated seasoning. So I'm throwing that in, and yes, I don't use pressure cooker. I don't use pressure cooker, so it's my dust pot all the way. Now, I am going to add some boiled water to my oxtail. You don't want to add the cold water because you don't want your meat trashy. So I'm adding some boiled water, and remember, I'm just cooking in my dust pot. And I'm throwing enough water to cover the meat. Yes? So I'm going to give that a little stir. And then I'm going to cover and let me rinse my pot cover. Sorry. I'm going to cover and leave that to cook. Let me wash my dishes. I have not checked on my rice since I put it on. So let's check on the rice. No. I need to bring it closer for you to see this. Remember, I have not opened my rice pot since. Look at how beautiful my rice is. Mind you, I have not opened this pot since I set it. Since I put the rice inside. Look at how beautiful my rice is. Fluffy and nice. But it is not really cooked. So, I want it to steam some more. So I am going to use the cabbage. Instead of the file paper, I am going to use the cabbage. Yes, I am going to use the cabbage to steam my rice. Yes, I am going to use the cabbage to steam my rice. Yes. So I'm just going to cover that and leave it to steam. I'm going to need my sink, so I have to wash them. And if you have been following me long enough, you know I have to wash as I go. I cannot cook in a dirty kitchen. So, and I need my sink, so I have to wash as I go. And remember the oil that I throw from the meat, instead of flushing it down the sink like that, all you have to do is add some soap. Then you get some water. Let me show you. Get some water. You don't want to throw the oil down the sink. You get some water and just like that. See? No oil. And then I throw it out. This is no oil. And this is that. And yes, I reuse my Ziploc bags. Wash my sink. Yes, I have to clean as I go. I cannot help it. I have to clean as I go. Let me empty my basket. Okay, let me check on my rice. Don't burn me. Oh, look at that. And my rice is steamed beautifully. Look at how shelly. Pat, don't burn me. Look at how shelly and nice my rice is. See, my rice is steamed beautifully. Look at that. And this is all done. So I'm going to turn this off. Okay? You are all done. And here I have some shrimp. Time is against me, so I didn't stop to put it on the video. But I have some shrimp here. Alright? Okay, guys. Okay, time to check on my oxtail. Oh, and it is cooking down beautifully. Yes, see? It is cooked. It is cooked. Soft and nice. Alright. So, I'm going to add my ground seasoning. I just want it to cook down and give it the flavor. And I'm going to add some butter. It is cooking down nicely. I don't like when you cook the meat and as soon as you put it, as soon as you lift it and the fork, it just fall off. That's just my opinion. I don't use pressure cooker because I think the pressure cooker make the meat feel falls. Am I the only one who think that? I don't like pressure cooker. I am making some sauce for my oxtail. And one thing is for certain, and the two thing is sure, you cannot make Jamaican oxtail without brown sugar. You cannot make Jamaican oxtail without brown sugar. So that is my brown sugar. And I have some warm water. And I'm going to add some basil. And I have 2 spoons, so they're staying. You don't dare cook authentic Jamaican oxtail without adding brown sugar. And I'm that old fashioned, so I'm going to swill out the cup. Okay. So I'm going to leave that to boil down. Okay, meanwhile I'm waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and fry my ripe plantain. So let me just add some oil. It's just 2 drips of water. Add some oil. I'm going to peel my plantain. Time. Earlier when I thought I had enough time, now I realize I don't. Alright. So for the plantains, I'm going to slice them in small pieces. I am always fighting with this small knife. I don't know why I'm so attached to this small knife. It is the tiniest knife in my kitchen, and every time this is what I'm taking off. Why am I so attached to this small knife? Look, it is so small. Okay, you see. Alright, now. Sorry, my oil is not hot. Wait. The most important ingredients in your oxtail, your butter bean. This is done. If you don't have your butter bean, please leave the oxtail until I get the butter bean. You cannot cook oxtail without butter bean. Let me drain the water. You cannot cook. You cannot. Yum. I know say I want to see the weight. Just wait. Time against me, so you have to wait. And one thing is for certain and 2 things is for sure. You cannot cook authentic Jamaican oxtail without butter bean. Tell them I told you so. And we're going to give that like 5 minutes to cook them, because we don't want the butter bean them to starve out. The butter bean have it outstanding in a plate when I share the oxtail. Me no say, yes it say bun. Well, well, well. They say all good things must come to an end. And in my case, it's a very good ending because it's time to eat. I am done. Come, let me show you. This is my nice fried plantain, my nice shelly rice, and my shrimp over there. Ooh. And my nice yummy oxtail. You hear about oxtail gravy? Don't play with it. My nice oxtail. And like always, my kitchen is squeaky clean. Where is it running to? Because I'm using it anyway. It doesn't really matter where it goes. I am not even starting over the video. I don't know where it's running to. After all of that cooking, we have to eat, right? We have to eat. Nice little cup of rice. I don't know where everything is. I am the one who is supposed to be running because I'm tired. I am the one who is supposed to be running instead of my utensils. I am the one who is supposed to be running because I am tired. I don't want to be dripping my oxtail gravy all over my stove. Work smart. Don't work hard. We're going to switch. Switch. To make it easier and to pull. I don't want to mess up my place. You ever hear about oxtail gravy? You ever hear about oxtail gravy? You ever hear the people that when they come and say they want this with oxtail gravy, that with oxtail gravy? Listen, no play with the people that oxtail gravy. If you don't cook the oxtail with no gravy, don't serve it. If you don't cook it with gravy, don't serve it. You want to leave your food? Listen, if you don't give them meat, make sure you give them gravy. If you don't have enough oxtail to serve, make sure you have the oxtail gravy. Tell them I told you so. You ever hear about oxtail gravy? My rice is so shelly, it is breaking down. My rice is so shelly, it cannot stay in the castle. It is running out of the castle. Yes. I don't even want to take the attention of my oxtail with the shrimp. I don't want to take the attention of my oxtail with the shrimp. Oh my God. Being Jamaican, It's not just a nationality. It is a whole lifestyle. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Look, my rice is so shelly that the kettle is falling apart. But I cannot help it. Let me show. Sorry about the rice. As I said, my rice is so shelly, the kettle fell apart. But I know you will understand. I cannot help it. Shelly rice is in my DNA. Yes, I'm sorry though. And just like that, dinner is served. Bon appetit, everybody.